What's up, you guys? This is Shani. So I have not filmed on this channel in a year, which is a little crazy. The camera that I was using before is Dunskies. It's kaput. It's not working anymore. So I'm just doing this on my phone. I don't have the money for a DSLR, so I'm like, why not use my phone? Why not do a few YouTube videos here and then now and again? So I don't really have a clear vision as to what I want to do with this channel. Necessarily, I just want to create, and I want to get content back out onto the channel and, just do different things. It might not be weekly videos, it might not be anything like that, but I just want to start creating again and, getting information out there to people that might need it. So, we'll see what happens. I really love makeup. I really love skincare, beauty, all that stuff. I'm really into that. And have been for a long time, since I can remember, probably since I was like 12 or 13. Always really been into that. But the one thing that I have just always really struggled with is really dry and sensitive skin. And I see a lot of makeup reviews on YouTube, and I see a lot of foundation reviews, and I see a lot of tutorials and things like that. But I don't see a whole lot of people doing makeup reviews and things like that for people who have my skin type. I see a lot of people who have oily skin or combination skin or things like that, and they have troubled skin, but it's different from the problems that I have or deal with on a daily basis, that I've dealt with my whole life. And so one thing that I really want to try to do is make videos for people like me. I want to make videos for anybody and everybody, but I feel like there is a need in some respect for someone who has my skin type and deals with the same issues that I do, and see if I can't help somebody find makeup that works for them, find skincare routines that work for them, that don't really hurt their skin or break them out, which everybody's different, and you know, what works for me might not work for somebody else, even if we have the same skin type. But I still want to make an effort and give you my opinions on stuff. So let's get into this. Yesterday I went to my happy place, and if you don't know what my happy place is, then allow me to show you. That's right. Yes, I went to Sephora. To me, Sephora is like makeup mecca. And my favorite thing about Sephora, besides how beautiful it is and how many different things there is to look at and to touch and to try, they give you free samples. I know for sure that you can get pretty much any foundation you want in a free sample. And I am testing out as the title shows, the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. This is what the little sample pack looks like. I'll open it up for you guys so that you can see what the little sampler looks like and how much product you get and all of that jazz. So this is what the little sample size looks like. Obviously, I mean, it's probably just for like a one-time use sort of deal. It doesn't look like just a ton, but I thought she was pretty generous with this one and the other one that I got, which I'll also do a review on later. Sorry, I've been allergies. But the shade that I'm in is Supernatural, also known as RG10. I don't know if you guys can see that. Anyway, RG, I'm pretty sure stands for Rose Gold, which is more of a neutral shade. So I'm going to hop on over to Sephora's website and just read you guys the claims that this product has, the finish and the coverage and all of that other stuff. And we will see if it holds up to what Josie Maran says or Sephora says about this particular product. So according to Sephora's website, it says that this foundation is a revolutionary medium to full coverage. That's the first claim there. Skincare foundation fluid powered by 100% pure argan oil and nutrient-rich pigments for vibrant, glowing skin. That is a mouthful. So two things that I see right there that I would say are claims are that it has a dewy finish for a vibrant, glowing skin, which is what I want. That's what I prefer as somebody with dry skin. Let's see. And then the medium to full coverage, which is also something that I like a lot because I have some redness going on in my cheek area. Always do, pretty much 100% of the time. So I like to be medium to full coverage. Here's what it says that it's formulated to do. It says Activate your skin's vitality with Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation Fluid. Like a fresh squeezed juice, Vibrancy utilizes a revolutionary cold press process that preserves the powerful hand-selected ingredients for the freshest, most effective skincare foundation. Vibrancy energizes your skin with the essential nutrients it craves and is designed to interact and adapt to the movements of your skin with delicate fluidity for a radiant dimensional finish. Breathable, lightweight, medium to full coverage formula features a powerful blend of moisture-enhancing ingredients that help soothe, smooth, and restore skin's luminosity. So that's the other thing that it says right here, is that it is a skincare foundation, which reminds me a lot of IT Cosmetics. A lot of times if you look into IT Cosmetics, they say something pretty similar, that their foundations are skin loving and that they're meant to be like skincare products as well. So that catches my attention, and apparently is supposed to be breathable and lightweight and not look cakey or heavy. Once again, something that sounds pretty enticing to me. Shades. There's 14 shades in this collection, as far as this is showing me right here. I think it's like RG or R5 all the way to 85. 85 being the deepest, but the deepest shade does not look super deep to me. Unless if you have more neutral undertones or neutral red undertones, that would work for you. But if you have a deeper skin tone with more like warm golden undertones to your skin, it probably would not look good at all. I don't know. But to me, excuse me, this looks like more light to medium. A lot of light to medium shades is what I'm seeing. And then like one or two like rich and deep shades that aren't that deep looking to me. So that's a problem. Definitely need some more variety in that area, on that end of the spectrum for sure. That's the only thing that I would say just initially I'm not super impressed by. So that's just something to note. So I'm going to pop this thing open and we're going to put it on our skin. Ooh. It's not like super duper liquidy. I was afraid that it would be, and super like liquidy foundations tend to really not do that well on my skin. If they're super duper thick foundations or super duper thin foundations, it just never works the way that I want it to. So definitely happy about that. So I did not use very much. It looks nice so far. I like how it looks so far. I try to go a little bit softer handed on my foundations, especially if they're newer, because I want to see how they're going to work. And you're supposed to be able to build this one up. And on this side, by the way, I'm just taking my damp Real Technique sponge and kind of going in with it. I love how this smells. I love how this smells. It smells so good. So yeah, definitely going to go in with a little bit more foundation. But hopefully this is buildable. It looks, this shade right here looks a little bit yellow on the skin as you're putting it down. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do both sides with a beauty blender because it seemed really streaky on that one side. I do like it does have a really nice finish to it though. There it is on my skin. I think it's a pretty darn good match, but for as thin of a product as it is, the coverage is really nice. And it really does look very natural. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. And like I said, it looks very dewy without looking overly shiny or greasy or anything like that, or heavy on my face. So I really like that. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and go about my day, and I'll just let you guys know my thoughts at the end of the day. We're coming up on hour 3, closer to 3.5 hours with this foundation on, and I gotta say, I'm still really liking it. I don't think it looks dull. Sometimes when I wear foundations, they tend to look, even dewier finishes, sometimes if it's not the best foundation, it can sometimes look really dull, and my skin could still look kind of dry. And there's a little bit of separation in some areas. There's a little bit of separation right there up on top, but on top right here I bronzed a little bit, and so I used like a powder bronzer with the brush, and the brush kind of like separated the foundation up. So I think next time I try to do that, I'm gonna maybe put a little bit of setting powder down before I try to do any bronzing or anything like that, just so that it blends a little bit better. I did set it on my cheek area because I was going to put some blush down and things like that. But anyway, right now I gotta say I really like it. It has separated a little bit, which is normal. I expect that, but not that bad at all. It still feels very lightweight, does not feel heavy or cakey. And then as far as oxidation goes, I really don't notice a difference at all in it. I feel like it dried down well, and it doesn't look too dark. So far, we're doing pretty good. See you later. Hey, howdy, hey. It is 8:30. I have literally had this makeup on for 11 and a half hours. I probably look kind of patchy, but that's to be expected. There's some red spots coming through, red spots coming through, red spots coming through right there. This looks pretty good. This is not so bad. I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the pros and cons of this makeup, and yeah, let's get into that. Two claims that I really was concerned with and wasn't sure about was the claims that it was a lightweight foundation, and then also medium to full coverage foundation, and it's also called a foundation fluid. So when I hear those words, I get a little nervous because I instantly think that it's going to be more of a sheer coverage. However, I gotta say, I was really impressed by this foundation as far as that's concerned, because it really was very lightweight, it looked very natural, but the pigmentation was good, so it really is a medium to full coverage. The other thing about it that I really liked is that it's very buildable and blendable. It builds up really nicely without looking cakey or crazy looking. Something else that I noticed about this foundation was after I put it on, and then even a few hours after that, it still had this really beautiful, naturally dewy glow without being just crazy harsh or shiny or oily or greasy looking, because we don't want to look like a grease lick. We just want to look dewy and pretty and natural, and I thought that this foundation really nailed that. The other thing that I have not seen with the foundation that I've tried before, maybe this is just me, I really found that it did dry down, but it wasn't drying, if that makes sense, which sounds a little weird, but it dried down beautifully without drying my skin out, and even though it dried down and wasn't tacky after a little while, it still gave off that really, like I said, that glow. The way that the light catches it was really stunning. I really enjoyed that. And I just felt like it made me look, I mean, I'm 25, but I felt like it made me look even younger than that. So I really enjoyed that part of it. I think that this foundation would be really great for everyday wear during the day, like going to work and everything like that, just because it's super natural, and I think that was my shade, super natural. That's interesting. But anyway, I think that it's just like a really pretty natural look. You could definitely glam it up, and if you wanted to wear it for a night out, just, I would say, lightly dust it with a setting powder and make sure that some of those areas that tend to come off faster are more set in place. Yeah, and all that good stuff. It's not going to be a 12 or 15 hour makeup. It's not going to be bulletproof for sure, but like I just said, with dewier foundations, that's to be expected. The other thing, even though it definitely has worn off, it didn't last for a super long time, which, like I said, was really the only con that I could find with it. It didn't separate from my skin like foundation normally does. I don't know if you guys can really see this, but usually, sorry, when you have a foundation wearing off. If you have dry skin, you know what I'm talking about. It tends to like crackle and flake off. My problem areas for that is like around my nose and then my mouth. It tends to really flake off and be gross looking. I didn't notice that as much, not nearly as much with this foundation. So when it wears down, it's not like all of a sudden crackle, it's all gone, but it definitely holds up in that area. Like it fades, but it's not just like all at once. It's gradual, it's natural. Natural wear and tear. So even though that is a pro that it doesn't stay on very long, it's a very gradual process of breakdown. So I hope that makes sense. So here it is, the moment of truth. Is this a yes for me or is this a mess for me? I'm gonna have to say it's a yes. I really like this foundation. I'm probably not going to buy the full size just yet. I want to test out some other foundations for you guys. But overall, I would say it's definitely dry skin approved. Oh, that's the other thing I didn't say. It didn't cling to my dry patches either, so that was a huge plus for me. I'm always looking for a foundation that will glide over my face smoothly without clinging into any dry patches or settling into anything like that. So that was a win as well. If you have any suggestions or anything that you want me to try or test out, just let me know. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.